Every time that I perform in front of people, I feel pretty confident in what I'm doing. The only part that I get nervous is walking to the stage. That's the part that I get the most nervous about. But once I sit down on the piano, it's like I'm trying to tell a story. So if I have that in my mind, I'm not really thinking about the people. I'm just thinking about what I'm trying to communicate to them. So that's why I think I don't feel that nervous when playing.
So my experience with stage fright happens before the performance, and it generally concerns memory and physical tension. And so I start getting nervous probably on the day of the performance and worrying psychologically that I'm going to forget my music. I start thinking about how big the program is going to be, and if I can make it through the performance and still be convincing and do everything that I have practiced and prepared for.
There's a lot less focus on just you as the individual. There's kind of a group aspect, so you're a little more comfortable in a group setting. But when it's just you, that's when it starts getting a little scary. For me, when I first started performing solo, I was always afraid that I was going to forget my music, or I was going to forget any words that I might have been singing. Even at church, even when the congregation is facing the front of the church and I'm singing in the back, I still get a little nervous. There's a little bit of shaky knees, sometimes sweaty hands. Just depends. But now that I've had the time to experience to perform a little bit more, I don't really experience a lot of performance anxiety. I feel a little bit more comfortable in a performance setting that I can just get in front of a crowd and do what I need to do.
My hand's getting cold now, and it's shaking a little bit. You can see I have some little movement with my body, and my breath's getting faster and faster. Sometimes I really feel I don't remember anything, even I prepare well before I present anything.
Your hypothalamus, common to all vertebrates, triggers your pituitary gland to secrete the hormone ACTH, making your adrenal glands shoot adrenaline into your blood. Your neck and back tense up, you slouch. Your legs and hands shake as your muscles prepare for attack. You sweat, your blood pressure jumps. Your digestion shuts down to maximize the delivery of nutrients and oxygen to muscles and vital organs. So you get dry mouth, butterflies. Your pupils dilate. It's hard to read anything up close, like your notes. But long range is easy. That's how stage fright works.
Chronic stress increases the activity level and number of neural connections in the amygdala, your brain's fear center. And as levels of cortisol rise, electric signals in your hippocampus, the part of the brain associated with learning, memories, and stress control, deteriorate. The hippocampus also inhibits the activity of the HPA axis, so when it weakens, so does your ability to control your stress. That's not all, though. Cortisol can literally cause your brain to shrink in size. Too much of it results in the loss of synaptic connections between neurons and the shrinking of your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that regulates behaviors like concentration, decision-making, judgment, and social interaction. It also leads to fewer new brain cells being made in the hippocampus. This means chronic stress might make it harder for you to learn and remember things, and also set the stage for more serious mental problems like depression and eventually Alzheimer's disease.
Every time that I perform in front of people, whatever it is, recital, concert, or in a studio class, I try to enjoy myself as much as I can. Yes, I do work on technique, I do work on all of that in the practice room, but when I'm playing in front of people, it's just I tune myself out. Or I don't tune myself out, I tune the other people out of my mind, and it's just me, myself, and I trying to create something.
At the same time, I'm also hoping that prior to the day of performance that I have already given a number of either individual performances of pieces or the whole program that have given me an experience to kind of help me evaluate what I can do to adjust and make the experience more comfortable and more enjoyable for me. So my knowledge of knowing that I have made some adjustments, and hopefully most of them on the day of the performance will hopefully give me some peace of mind. But still, that is not going to mean that I don't need to go over my program in my mind and warm up my body, not necessarily play through the whole program, but warm up my whole body so that I feel like arms, upper body, my head, my neck, very relaxed, and I might go through some of the most difficult passages slowly, just to ensure that my whole body can be engaged, as I know it will be in the moment of performance when things will be very emotional and very heightened. I also try to think about my mind, knowing that things on performance move very quickly, and that I would have a tendency to rush through things, and so I try and create some situations in my mind prior to performance where I'm giving myself seemingly more time, that I have a kind of expanded consciousness that I can tap into in performance, and allow myself to kind of be open to the audience experience as well as my own, so that it's a kind of a joint experience that we're sharing. So those are the main ways that I try and cope with nervousness.
One of the ways that I overcome that kind of performance anxiety, and I always go back to my undergrad, my violin professor in my undergrad told me to open my case, set my violin up. About 5 minutes before I was getting ready to prepare, I stand in front of my violin and I do what she calls a superhero pose. You stand in front of your case, you have your hands on your hips, and you stare at the violin and you say, "Okay, we're gonna do this." Also, because of my experiences, I've had a lot of experience teaching, so I'm used to being in front of crowds, and because I've been introduced to so many group settings, it's just that much easier to get in front of a crowd now and perform, or even just sing any songs.
The breathe is the best way to help you reduce your stress. I know you must be heard it so many times, but it is true. Because when you give a deep breath, your body sends a message to your brain to help you calm down and relax. Later on, your brain sends another message to your body to let you know you are in a comfort zone. You don't have that anxiety or that stress. So when you have a faster heartbeat or faster breathing or high blood pressure, the deep breath can help you reduce all of them. But using the smart way to breathe is more important than just breathing a normal way. So I'm gonna introduce like a 4-7-8 breathing way. What does it mean? It means when you breathe in, you count from 1 to 4 and hold the breath and silently count from 1 to 7. Then breathe out and in a really slow way count from 1 to 8. That is 4-7-8 breath way. I hope it's gonna help you. Actually, eat banana before your recital about 30 minutes ago. It can help you reduce your stress and anxiety, because banana contain 3 different sugars. 2 of them are responsible giving you a quick burst of energy, and the third one can help you to keep your blood sugar level more stable over time. So eat one before your recital, gonna help you. Usually when we're performing, we get distracted super easy. My way is try to keep counting the beats silently. So silent counting is really helped me to concentrate and focus on my piano and my music. And also can help me reduce the chance to get rushed. So once I have something to think, something to concentrate, it can help me to get distracted by other things, like the people make noisy, for example, the audience, or keep worried about where's the next chord. Do I really know it is? So I hope the silent counting can help you reduce your anxiety and stress. Thank you. For the pianist, the most horrible thing is have memory slip when you are playing for your recital. So once you have more confidence about your memorize, so probably you will get less nervous and less stress from it. There's a good way to try to emphasize or test yourself about your memorize. Just think about your piece in your mind, close your eyes, do not move your fingers. Don't play it on the piano, just record everything, every single note and every single chord in your mind. See, do you really have really clear idea about every single note? And of course, if you are, don't worry about your recital, you'll be great.